Hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. In this video we're going to be talking SuperSEGA. I already did a SuperSEGA video, I don't know, like a few hours ago, 12, 13, 15 hours ago. It was either late last night or early in the morning, depending on what part of the world you're from. So this is the SuperSEGA. It's been announced as something that a bunch of guys want to work on, who are from Spain, born in the 70s and 80s, and they want to make it the ultimate Sega console. You can play your Master System, your Mega Drive, your Sega Saturn and Dreamcast games on there, and possibly even stuff in between. Almost sounds too good to be true, and you know what guys, that might actually be the case. Now before I go further in there, I just want to point out that I'm not trying to crap all over this project or anything. I'm just doing a little bit of research on there to see what I can find out about the project and the team members involved. So I really do hope it sees the light of day. But you know what guys, when people are out to scam someone, they're going to put up a good presentation, they're going to put stuff out there that's going to entice you, that's going to make you want to invest in them. It kind of reminds me of when I was investing in crypto. When a new project came out, I'd kind of research the team members to see how many years back their proven track record goes, right? Because anyone can say I'm the best, I'm a great developer. It's the proof, it's the history that you've got out there that kind of proves you. And the other thing I have to say, I've spoken to a few developers from the scene that are heavily involved in multiple kind of groups of FPGA developers, and no one's really heard of the guys that are involved on this project or anything about it until it kind of surfaced yesterday. So remember, if this is something you are going to invest in at some point later on, do your due diligence. I'll try and keep you as up to date as possible, but there's always a bit of responsibility on you guys. If you're going to invest your money, make sure if you're going to hand something over, you know what you're doing, you know who you're giving the money to, and you have enough trust in that person, right? Because some crowdfunding projects never see the light of day, and people have been known to run off with your money. Now, I'm not saying it's the case here, but I'm just doing some initial research to see where we get to, right? So while kind of researching it, I did actually find the press release that was out there. So in yesterday's video, I kind of took screenshots from Mad Little Pixels video, but I've got the press kit here now, so I'm not going to go through it because I went through it yesterday, right? But we will touch upon some points. So something over here, someone pointed out over on Discord, that look at the ports for the Mega Drive, right? It's got 4 Mega Drive ports, but they're upside down. Now, I don't understand why you would put that in as upside down. I've got a Chinese laptop where my HDMI port and my USBs are upside down. I mean, it's a non-issue for me, right? I just flip the stuff over. But that's something someone pointed out, right? Why would it be in this render upside down? Why would you not at least have them the right way up, right? We're going to have a look at the FPGA in a second, right? But before we have a look at that, the optical drive, someone also, well, the guys over on Discord were saying that the Dreamcast and the Sega Saturn won't work with the same optical drive. They're interested in knowing how they're going to combat this solution. So there are questions that are being raised, and I'm just kind of presenting them here to you. But what's really interesting here is this FPGA here that they've shown, right? So specs, true FPGA logic and hardware. Okay, so they kind of talk about ultra scale plus FPGA, okay, featuring this stuff here, right? Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, SD card, right? What's really interesting that I found over here, this is, if you look at the picture, right, that's exactly the same FPGA. I'll kind of flick between the two so you can have a look and see exactly, it's an exact match, right? So this one here is the Vertex UltraScale Plus 56G PAM4 VCU129 FPGA evaluation kit. But look at the price, guys, right? Comes in at a stonking, well, let's just say almost $20,000, right? I imagine you might even have to pay taxes and delivery on top of that, right? So that's quite a chunk. Now, that might have just been an image that they used. Maybe there's cheaper variants of there, but just when we're looking at like for like, what they have actually shown on their press release, right, goes to show an FPGA that's 20 grand. That is not affordable. Like, I would not pay that much for a Dreamcast, right? It doesn't matter how much it is. But again, I'm just pointing out what's in their press kit and what it matches up to, right? Maybe it's going to be something else. Maybe they're not the best at writing a press kit, right? Because as I said in yesterday's video, there's plenty of grammar and spelling mistakes in it. Something that easily could have just been ran through Google or ChatGPT and it would have corrected it for you. So the press kit, it's almost like it's written by someone in school, you know, 13, 14 years old, and they've made some mistakes, right? So, okay. Then I kind of went over the team members, right? So if we go back to the press release, right? Okay, so let's go down here. We've got a picture of the dude in the aeroplane, right? And again, it's like, hey, look at me, I'm a high flyer, trust me, this is what I'm doing. I'm just going to point this out. I'm saying what I'm seeing, right? If this comes to light, I want this project to come to light, right? However, I am going to scrutinize what I'm seeing here as I'm kind of seeing it. It's like, hey buddy, I'm a high flyer, you know, yeah, trust me. Okay, cool. So let's have a look at this, right? So when I kind of done a search for Alejandro Martin, I found a Facebook page, right? I'm not on Facebook, so I don't have an account, so I can't go further in there and look at stuff. Feel free to check it out if you like, guys. And then when it says over here, previously from Cinemartin and Tres Telecom, one of the first hits I got for Cinemartin was Cinemartin declares bankruptcy and is forced to close. But again, that may not be reflective of the engineer. He could have just been an employee there for a company that went bankrupt. But, you know, that's the kind of first thing that you see, at least how Google indexes it, or one of the first clicks that kind of comes up with that and isn't completely irrelevant, right? So that's one of the things there. If you want to check this article, you can check that for yourself. I'm not going to in-depth read stuff about Cinemartin. And then also Alejandro Martin has a YouTube channel. But on that YouTube channel, right, yeah, there's no videos regarding FPGA tech or anything, right? I mean, if there was stuff there regarding FPGA tech and, you know, oh, this is what I'm working on, I'm interested in this, I'd be like, okay, there's that adds to the credibility. But at the moment, there's no credibility adding to it. If I just click here, oh, this video 8 years ago, okay, so the YouTube channel has been around for a while, but again, nothing related to FPGA gaming. Then the next person was Tony Hernandez. Where are we over here? Okay, right, okay, Tony Hernandez down here, sorry. Right, so Tony Hernandez, to be honest, I really didn't get much. The only thing I'm getting is I kind of searched Tony Hernandez, but it's a common name. Then I started searching with FPGA, developer, engineer, and to be honest, the hits that I'm getting are related to their press kit and the article and the announcement of the SuperSEGA. And then the next member we've got is Carlos Lopez. Again, a fairly common name, right? So for Carlos Lopez, I do find an article on LinkedIn, and it does talk about FPGAs, right? So discover the power of FPGA prototyping. I'm not going to read the article again, but there was something there on LinkedIn. They've got 286 posts and they've got 797 followers, right? Okay, and then another person, or the final person in their team, is Christina Burgess. Hopefully I've said that correct. And for Christina Burgess, guys, really there's not a lot there. Whenever I'm kind of searching it, I'm getting articles from Armchair Arcade, the good old guys at Time Extension, this site here that I really don't know anything about. It's just people covering that article, covering that press kit, the Vugio, this website over here. Then here we go, we've got Armchair Arcade, which I like the name of that website actually. I should check that out at some point in the future. And yeah, Time Extension have covered it as well. So guys, definitely more alarm bells about this project than actual credibility, because there's not much of a track record in here. No one in the FPGA gaming scene has heard of these guys, at least not the people I've spoken with. If you know these guys, or you know any of their works and you know they're credible, please let me know in the comments below. Discuss your stuff in here, because when I did the video yesterday, the majority of people see this as something that's a scam that's not going to come out. Now, I'm not saying it is that, but the way they've kind of popped out, and yeah, that's at least where people are jumping now. I hope we're all proven wrong. I hope this comes out, because it really does sound awesome, right? You know, like a SuperSEGA console. But again, the ramification of using the Sega name, you know, if this starts gaining some traction, I'm pretty sure, you know, Sega, maybe they're not going to be as hardcore as Nintendo, but I'm sure they've got their own ninjas, right? I mean, they've got Shinobi and Shadow Dancer, right? Two of the best ninjas out there, right? So, yeah, guys, that's really it for this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then a thumbs up and a subscription is always super duper appreciated. Be awesome to one another, guys. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.